Hey, and welcome back to my channel. It is a Monday afternoon. Okay, I wanted to do like a quick little video about like what classes are actually like at FIT in New York. That's the Fashion Institute of Technology for those that like aren't really familiar. I have a 3.9 GPA and I would say like I'm a really good student. Like I don't really miss. You're only allowed 2 absences per class, some 3, but very rarely. Just because it's like a SUNY school or whatever that means. And I guess because like there's like a wait list for this school, everyone wants to get in. For the most part, like classes are very, very informative, and like this isn't like I know people say like it's not like a party school, but like this is like a business like school. Like I shouldn't say that. Like it's not like a fun, like it's fun, but it's not like you're kind of like a mini worker, if that makes sense. So like at other schools, they have like football games, they have lots of social get-togethers. Here, it's more so like you're working all the time, every single day, if you want to be somewhere. So like whether that be clubs, whether that be internships, whatever it might be. You're just like always trying to get your foot in the door because everyone is a somebody here. It's very rarely that like you'll meet someone who's like not gonna be like it's rare that like you're gonna meet someone that you don't come across again because like once you've been here for a little bit, it's actually a lot smaller than you really think. Like I'll say that the more friends you have, like you don't have to have a big group of friends, but like at least be cordial and be like greet people. Like anytime you see someone from your class, say like, "Oh, hey, how are you? Like what have you been up to?" Because like when you're trying to get a job, they might be like one of the girls in my class works for Alice and Olivia and Bronx and Banco. She worked their fashion week, and that's 2 major shows from one person. Like I'm not staying here, otherwise I would have definitely like hopped on that train and like tried to like network with her. But like also there's like a lot of influencers at the school, but like you need to be 130% like about making connections. Even as a freshman, like it's very competitive. Um, but honestly, I feel like that makes it like more exciting. But if you want like an enjoyable college experience where you don't have to be working all the time every 5 seconds, I would say don't come here. I mean, you don't have to be like networking every 5 seconds every single day. I just think like if you are doing that here, you will definitely succeed like more than others. Um, Also like they don't make such a big deal when they send out like the email to work fashion week, but you need to be on that because like one of the girls that I was just talking about, like she works for Alice and Olivia and she worked the fashion show for Bronx and Banco. One of her friends actually works for Alice and Olivia back home where she's from, I think like California or something. So she messaged her friend and was like, "Hey, do you think you can get me to work? You can ask your boss if I can work the Alice and Olivia Fashion Week show." And that's how she was able to do that because of her friend. Um, that's why I'm saying like you need to be like I actually didn't even work Fashion Week because they didn't really make a big deal when they sent the emails and I didn't know it was coming up so soon, so I was kind of lazy. Um, but like you will literally like if you happen to like work a show, they might need someone again next semester and like who more than someone they already trust who's already done a good job. Another girl in my class worked the fashion week for someone. I can't remember who it was, but one of the hair artists didn't show. So this girl happened to have her like cosmetology or makeup. I think that's still cosmetology. I don't really know. She happened to have her license for like doing hair. She literally did hair for the fashion show, and she now has like a bunch of pictures for her like portfolio. Like actually insane. I went to I can't remember what it's called, but I went to a gallery where they do I think it's Echo. I honestly think it's Echo, but I'm not sure. I went to like the Echo showroom where I met with like a designer of the men's line of Ralph Lauren scarves, and this was with my product development class, and we just got to ask a bunch of questions and stuff about like product development. They showed us like tech packs with all the like color samples and stuff that they have for their upcoming line in 2025. We got to feel all the fabrics. um yeah, I don't know if I've already I don't know if I've already talked about that. I'm not really sure. However, I don't know, it was just such an amazing opportunity. Yeah, we had to walk like 20 minutes to get there though, so that part kind of sucked. But also, like, I don't know, like, for some reason it was so hot there. Like I felt like for like 45 minutes I was just kind of standing there miserable. Like I'm sure my face was so red because it gets red easily when I get hot. But like I just felt like the sweat on the back of my neck because my hair was down and this was inside. And it just felt like 100 degrees in there, and I had these fleece sweatpants on, and like I started doing this. I thought I was gonna pass out. My forehead started crinkling when you get that hot and overheated. Um, and then I kind of put my bag on the floor and kind of like backed up and kind of leaned onto the back of like the bookshelf or whatever, because I didn't want to like fall over. I really thought I was gonna pass out. And then one of the ladies who works there was next to me, and she texted somebody, and then a guy brought in 2 bottles, and then she looked at me and she said, "Would you like a water bottle?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, please." So and then she was like, "Oh, it's motherly instinct. I could tell you weren't feeling that well." I'm like, "Thank you so much." Um, like I felt so much better after that. I really might have hit the floor. Like I might have passed out. I was so embarrassed because after she handed me the water bottle, like people were like looking. Um, so I'm like, I don't know if it's because my cheeks were red or just because it was so hot in that room. But I'm so grateful for her. But yeah, today was really fun, but I had to run back to class. So. Last semester, it was an elective, but I took fashion styling. That one was really fun. My teacher was, what was his name? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. We didn't have any tests in that class, which like I seriously loved. But like after taking the class, I realized I did not want to be a stylist in New York City. No, that is so not for me. But I had the class to like inform me. So I'm so grateful that I realized through the class that that was not for me. Um, and then I also took fashion business principles, which is like a little bit of the law, ethics, sustainability. They're very, very, very big on sustainability here. Like when I started, I did a little shopping on like Shein and stuff because who wouldn't want the cheap option? But I can honestly say like I don't do that anymore. Like I have the app on my phone. I'm not even gonna lie about that, but I haven't used it in like a year. And that's like the first time I've ever like not, because like all throughout my life, like I wanted the cheap option, but like after coming here, I can honestly say like, I feel like I'm more about like spending a little bit more money to get like a high quality piece that I can wear it like 40 times, whereas getting a cheap piece from like Shein where you can wear it once and it doesn't look all that good. But anywho, they're very, very high on sustainability and thrifting here. Um, and then in my product development class, we learn all about, like I said before, like the tech packs. You do a lot of that as an FBM major. That's me, FBM, by the way. You do like a lot of like the tech packs. You learn about the quality of materials and the garments. You basically throughout the semester. I have Heidi Butte for product development, by the way. She's really, really nice. She's so fun. She's so cute. She has like these little glasses and blonde hair, and she's so cute, so sweet. I do suggest her though if you need to take product development, just because I feel like she makes it like kind of fun and like easy. Um, and like she took us to like Ralph Lauren showroom today, so I think that was like so cool. Like she actually wants you to know about like what product development is because it is like a real career. Um, for strategies of merchandising, I have Warren Satchel. That is strategies of merchandising is like the buying class, like fashion buying class. I do not recommend him. I am being super nice here. He's very prissy, and like one day I was so sick, like my eyes were swollen, they were red. It looked like I was crying all night. And we had to present with our group that day, and I was like, look, I still have 2 absences. I want to use one of them. I'm like sick to my eyeballs. Oh, I just want to go to sleep because it was like an 8 a.m. class. And he's like, oh, that's fine, but you're still going to lose points for not presenting. But don't come in and compromise the class. And I'm just sitting here like, what do you want me to do then? Like, I don't really understand. But anywho, I just don't recommend them. And like one of the girls in my class, someone died in her family and she missed a quiz or something, and he wouldn't let her retake it. He's just like, nope, sorry. So I don't really recommend him, and plus the amount of work he gives us is absolutely insane. Like we have to do like a 6 month buy plan, we have to make like a website, we have to do it all again for the final project, we have to do it again for a separate project for like a 6 month plan or whatever. We have to do like a purchase order. It's like really, really big. So I just don't recommend him. It's so much work. And then for journalism, I know I've talked about her before, but Allison Leopold, if you ever have to take her, do not take her online. She will like not pass you. No, ma'am. That's the class I'm failing right now. So just beware. Like I'm a very good student. I have 3.9 GPA and I'm trying so hard to suck up right now, but I don't know if I'm gonna pass the class. Um, in person, she says she tries to hold your hand as much as she can because it's a very hard class, but don't take journalism if you don't have to. It's very difficult. And then another class that I have is retail strategies with Jamie Duncan. I really like her class. It's at 3 p.m. She's always pretty nice. Um, yeah, she gives us like little in class assignments sometimes, but like I said, it's in class. You only have like two like you have like one paper for her and then you have like one math sheet to do, but like you have to do math in any of the retail strategies classes, but I think she just makes it like really fun and she's so sweet. So I suggest her as well for retail strategies. And then let me see what else. For fashion business practices, Herbert Fritzner, I think that's how you say his name. He's okay. But I had him for 8 a.m. He's really he's nice, but he can be very mean. Like last semester I had a death in the family and I had told him so like a week before. I didn't look at the syllabus, so it's on my part, like I made a mistake. But at the same time, if I talked to him in person after class, like you would think he would have told me, by the way, next week is an exam. Can you make it up? Um, no, he just said, that's fine, take the time you need. So next week rolls around and I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, I didn't realize we had an exam. Can I possibly take it the week after or the day after? And he's like, well, that's your responsibility to make up, Like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be reading the syllabus. I can tell you're not. And I'm just sitting here like, but you just told me, like, I can. Anywho, I have talked about that in a video a while back, so I don't want to like be too repetitive. However, we had to do like a small paper for like each chapter. I don't know how the other teachers were, but I mean he was okay. Like I didn't really mind him. Like it took a minute to get used to because you have to do like a whole cover page for each chapter's paper, but it was okay. Um he's just kind of like ugh. But if you can take a picture a different teacher, maybe do that. I don't have any other teachers for that class, so but I mean, like I said, I got an A. Oh, also for Herbert Fritzner for fashion business practices, the exams were like complete right. Like you had to memorize stuff and completely write out what you know. Like he would ask you like maybe 5 questions and you had to write everything out. It was like a completely written exam. So yeah, maybe I had to study so hard for those, so maybe don't take it. Um, for I can't even remember. For product elements and principles in the textiles lab class, those are the two textiles classes. I took them over winter online. I don't remember who I had, but they only had like one option online for each. Those were not that bad actually. Like I actually prefer to take it over winter online because it was only like 2 weeks of courses, like I'm pretty sure. So it was like I hear so many horror stories about people who take those two classes like in person over this like the regular semester. So I'll like always be grateful that I just paid the 2K and took them online over